Don't forget, folks, we do it all again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the 62nd running of the Allen Crow 100 ARCA Menard Series stock car event. Butterbean Brendan Queen leads the ARCA points coming into tomorrow's 100-mile race. And Isabella Robusto out of South Carolina, who finished second here last year, comes in with an excellent chance of becoming the first female ever to win a 100-mile stock car race here on the Springfield Mile. In fact, we've got a couple of gals this weekend that got a good chance to win. Kaylee Bryson was in the top 5 of practice here today. And, of course, if you were here in 2022, she showed the boys the quick way around the top of the Springfield Mile, doing it on 7 cylinders. Again, plenty of good tickets for tomorrow. Come on out and watch the doubleheader, the stock cars here on the Springfield Mile tomorrow, along with the 32nd feature of the Wins Sportsman Nationals. Actually, just the Sportsman Nationals.
So cars making their way into the staging lanes. Real quick, let's check out the points coming into today's event. Drake?
Absolutely, and Justin Grant, broken foot and all, is still here at the Springfield Mile today. And don't forget, he won both the dirt miles last year, so he knows how to get around here. He's your current points leader with 652 points. CJ Leary, who's actually lining up just behind us here for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. He sits in second with 578 points. Matt Westfall's had a good season so far. He's currently in the third spot. Cody Swanson back on the dirt today. He comes into today fourth in your point standings. Kyle Steffens rounding out your top 5. Dakota Armstrong 6th, Mario Klauser 7th, Dave Burkheimer 8th, Bobby Santos 9th, and Logan Seavey rounding out your top 10. And also, before we go into Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, want to hit our Dirt Track Driving Driver matchup of the day here at the Springfield Mile. Your winner at Salem was Kyle Steffens, and mind you, he was in about a 10-way tie for the top spot. Pretty cool, no question about it. He has chosen Cody Swanson, Briggs Danner, AJ Fike, Joey Mon, and Kyle Wismiller. You can find him post-race in the public lobby at USAC Driver 1. His opposition today, Jake Swanson at USAC Driver 2. He's chosen Briggs Danner, Chase Stockin, himself, Kyle Robbins, and AJ Fike as the first car rolls out of the speedway for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying.
Thank you very much. First driver making his way out to the clay to kick off Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Last trip to Victory Lane on July 23rd at the Race Aid 100 up at the Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park. Most recent victory with the USAC AMSO Sprint Car National Championship during Indiana Sprint Week. That was back at Circle City on July 30th. He'll start to come to speed at Greenfield, Indiana. Driver the Avante Windows and Doors, Apache Transport Center for Intuitive Education, Curb Records, Kodiak Products, Sander Engineering, Beaver Stripes, Stanton Chevrolet Power, DRC, Team Arizona, Petty Performance, Rossi Race at number 21. This is CJ Leary. CJ Leary in the number 21. He will set the mark. Coming around with the wave of the green flag, he will break the beam and he will start the clock here. 6-time starter in the Bettenhausen 100. He ran 30th here last year. Unfortunately, a broken radius rod sidelining him. His best finish in this event, a 6th-place run back in 2015. Leary at speed on the back straightaway. Makes his way over into turns at 3 and 4. Again, that groove really starting to set in nicely towards the end of a Dirt Draft Hot Laps. We'll see how it fares here for drivers in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Leary coming around to the wave of the white flag. And lap number 1 for him will be a 31.544, 3.1544 seconds for the driver of the number 21. 83 career Silver Crown starts. He has 4 wins, 32 top 5s, and 51 top 10 finishes. An 8-time Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier in his career. Works onto the back straightaway for the final time here in his qualifying session. Again, sticking all the way down to the guardrail over in turns 3 and 4. He'll bring it around to the front straightaway. Lap number 1 for him was a 31.544. We'll see if he improves on lap number 2. Leary coming around. And second time by is better, 30.958, 39.58. CJ Leary right now has set the mark here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Next driver onto the speedway comes to you to Raisin City, California. Driver the AME Electrical, Southern Pacific Farms, Messina Valley Transportation, Kaiser Rails, Reinbold, Underwood Motorsports, Stanton Chevrolet, DRC number 19. This is Mitchell Moles. Mitchell Moles, second driver out to the speedway here during Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Picking up a win earlier this year at Kokomo during Indiana Midget Week. That was back on June 8th. A 2-time starter of the Bettenhausen 100. Last year, a magneto failure. Unfortunately, sidelining him with a 23rd place finish. Has yet to complete the 100 miles. His other attempt was a 21st place. That was back in 2023. Unfortunately, they ran out of fuel. Comes around lap number 1, 32.906. 32.906 seconds for Mitchell Moles on his opening lap. 13 career Silver Crown starts, 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 5 top 10 finishes. Makes his way down to the bottom side of turns 3 and 4. We'll see if he improves on lap number 2. CJ Leary set the mark with a 30.958. Moles coming around, second attempt here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. As he will go by the start-finish line, he does improve on time, 32.191. 32.191 seconds for Mitchell Moles, second quick right now in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Driver from right down the road in Elkhart, Illinois. Driver the Elkhart Fertilizer, Felker Chevrolet Maxim, Pace Setter Solutions, Elkhart Crop Seed. Urish O number 77. This is Chris Urish. Chris Urish in the number 77. Driver looking for his first trip to victory lane here in 2025. He's a 13-time starter of the Bettenhausen 100. He ran 29th here 1 year ago. A fuel pump issue sidelining the number 77 last year. His best run coming in 2012 with a 10th place finish. Comes around on his opening lap. We'll see where he stops the clock. Urish going to go second quick at a 31.296. 31.296 seconds for the Elkhart, Illinois racer. 42 career Silver Crown starts, 1 win in 2013 during the Ted Horn 100. That was his only top 5. He has 9 top 10 finishes to go along with that, as he'll make his way onto the back straightaway and working into turns at 3 and 4. Lap number 1 for Urish, 31.296. CJ Leary still remains atop of the boards at a 30.958. Makes his way off of turn number 4, leans her hard to the right side, the 77. Lap number 2, does he improve? He does, a 31.195, still second quick, so better on time, not position. Next driver onto the speedway, all the way from Red Lion, Pennsylvania. Driving the Maxim Toyota-powered water treatment by design, industrial water treatment, Savage Motorsports number 38. This is Tom Savage. Tom Savage in the number 38. Out to the speedway to qualify. His second attempt here in the Bettenhausen 100, 25th last year. A handling issue after 21 laps unfortunately put him into the pits early 1 year ago. 3 career starts in Silver Crown competition for the driver of the number 38. Normally we only see him and we head out to the state of Pennsylvania during the Eastern Storm. Silver Crown joining us at Port Royal during that run of events. The 38 coming around in his opening lap, and he will stop the clock at a 33.030 seconds for Tom Savage. Starts to make his way onto the back straightway here. The Red Lion Pennsylvania racer going to hustle her down over into turns 3 and 4, trying to pick up a little bit more momentum here on lap number 2. But Leary remains quickest at a 39.58. Chris Urish second quick at a 31.195. Mitchell Moles third quick at a 32.191. Tom Savage, the 4th driver out to qualify at a 33.030 second lap. Opening attempt, lap number 2 for Savage. Coming around, does improve on time, not position. 32.561, 32.561 seconds for Tom Savage in 38. Normally seen behind the wheel of a sprint car, tonight makes his Silver Crown debut in Rush City, Minnesota. Driver the Whitman Roofing, Justice Brothers, Armstrong Garage Doors, Claxon Toyota DRC. Rob and Darcy Cahoe, number 78. This is Rob Cahoe Jr. Rob Cahoe Jr. in the number 78 at speed onto the back straightway. A couple of rounds of action during NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. A long time coming, a long time building on this number 78 machine. Now, when I talked to him up at Kokomo earlier this year, he was very excited to finally get that car out to the racetrack. He'll come around on his opening lap. Cahoe, 32.708. 5th quick at a 5 right now. Again, 32.708 seconds. Again, trying to hug down all the way onto the guardrail here as he makes his way into turns 3 and 4 this time and on the back straightway. Making his way through turns 3 and 4. We'll see if he improves on lap number 2. Getting reports from the pit area. Billy Weiss looks like he will be done here as we looked down at the pits earlier and that car was just belching water out. Looks like they may have overheated. Unfortunately, will bring their night to a close as he was next on the track after the driver that's currently circling the racetrack, Carmen Perigo, to Stoystown, Pennsylvania. Driver the Mountain Ridge Metals, J.R. Venegro Hauling, Chevrolet Maxim chassis, number 52. 4-time starter of the Bettenhausen 100. Last year, a 6th place finish for the Pennsylvania racer. His first start here in 2021, where he ran 9th. Brings his way through turns 3 and 4. Nice and smooth onto the front straightaway. We'll see where he stops the clock here on lap number 1. Carmen Perigo second quick at a 30.964. 39.64 seconds for Perigo in the 52. A 20-time Silver Crown starter with 3 top 5s and a dozen top 10 finishes. Again, decent run last year with a 6th place finish here in the Bettenhausen 100. Looking to make his 5th career start here today. Top 24 out of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying will lock directly into the feature event. Everybody else going into your Elliott's Custom Trailers Kart semi-feature event. Coming around lap number 2, can he take over the top spot? Perigo, lap number 2 is slower, 30.993. Lap number 1, a 39.64. Will put him second quick. CJ Leary remains atop of the boards at a 30.958 second lap. Next driver out to the speedways at West Springfield, Pennsylvania. Driving the House Horsepower Incorporated, innovative slots, racing with Dio, Evergreen Lawn Care, specialty headers, Fox Coast Chevrolet Power, DRC, Mike Thomas on number 118. It's Jimmy Light in the number 118. 2-time starter in the Bettenhausen 100. He ran 17th here last year and a 15th back in 2020. A 12-time starter in USAC Silver Crown competition. Hugs all the way down to the guardrail over in turns 3 and 4. Brings her onto the front straightaway and speed. We'll see how he goes on lap number 1. And he'll go third quick at a 31.068. 31.068 seconds for Jimmy Light. Just over a 1/10 of a second off of the pace of your quick qualifier, CJ Leary. Perigo was only 0.06 of a second shy of taking over the top spot here. As Light makes his way into turns 3 and 4, we'll see if he can improve on lap number 2. Again, all the way down on that guardrail here as he makes his way onto the front straightaway. Straightens her out, finds a throttle. All 8 cylinders running through the checkered flag. Jimmy Light, lap number 2. Quick time, 30.799, 37.99 for Jimmy Light. He is now your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. So Jimmy Light goes to the top of the boards here in the 118, and the next drive around to the speedways out of Norman, Oklahoma. Driver the Patterson Elite Performance, Maxim Chassis, David Grace Motorsports number 61. This is Danny Jennings. Danny Jennings in the number 61, a 6-time Hutchinson Grand Nationals champion with 5 career Silver Crown starts and a pair of top 10 finishes. His most recent one coming out at Salt City in Hutchinson, Kansas, a 7th place run for the Norman, Oklahoma driver. Makes his way around here on the opening lap. We'll see where he stops the clock at the 61. Goes 5th quick at a 32.048. 32.048 seconds for Danny Jennings. Made his first career Bettenhausen start 1 year ago. He ran 12th in this event. Has 5 career starts, 2 top 10s. Makes his way off into turns 3 and 4 in lap number 2. Jennings pedaling hard around the bottom side of the speedway. Number 2 for Danny Jennings, better on time, not position, 5th quick still, 31.352, 31.352 seconds for Danny Jennings. So Jimmy Light remains quickest at a 37.99, CJ Leary 39.58, Carmen Perigo at a 39.64, Chris Uris 31.195, and Danny Jennings into the top 5 at a 31.352. Eric Gentry at Robards, Kentucky, the TC competition, Chevrolet Beast, Tim Simmons owned at number 3. Out to the speedway now, a Bettenhausen 100 rookie. Has 2 career Silver Crown starts. His best finish during last year's Four Crown Nationals at Eldora Speedway. He ran 16th in the feature event. Primarily races around Indiana. 8 starts on the season. His best run at Circle City with Midwest 410 Wingless Series. That was back in April, a 15th place run for the driver, the number 3. Comes around on his opening lap. We'll see where he stops the clock here. 34.314, 34.314 for Eric Gentry on his opening lap. Takes her just a little bit wide there in the middle of turn number 1. Saw the car kind of shake out from underneath him a little bit. And looks like he might be slowing a little bit on the back straightaway. No, as I say that, he's going to find the throttle and get back into it here. Had to get the car settled back underneath him. Gave it a little shimmy and a shake there over in turns 1 and 2. He'll make his way off into turns 3 and 4 as our next qualifier makes his way out to the racing surface. So we'll see if Gentry comes around to complete a second lap. Looks like that will not be the case. He is hugged all the way down to the guardrail and off the pace, so he will take his 1 lap of qualifying. Currently 9th on the grid, 34.314. That was Eric Gentry in 3. Next Next driver onto the speedway, 10th driver to qualify at Pleasant Hill, Ohio. The Metal One Performance Products, Gressman Chevrolet, Maxim Chassis, Acro Seal, ShopAngryDuck.com, Bordner Welding, Acro Lube, AMC Performance Powder Coating, Heitmeyer Concrete, MW Manufacturing, Four Kings Race at number 54. This is Matt Westfall. Matt Westfall in the number 54. Again, at one point, wasn't sure if he's going to be able to compete here today. The truck breaking down about 20 miles outside of town yesterday. They were able to get a spare rig hooked up and got the car to the racetrack here this evening. As he'll come around on his opening lap, and he'll go quick time at a 37.21. Matt Westfall, now your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier, lap number 1, a 37.21 second lap. A 9-time starter here in the Bettenhausen 100. He ran 8th here 1 year ago. His best finish in 2022 in the De Palma number 64. He ran 5th. 65 career Silver Crown starts, a dozen top 5s, and 34 top 10 finishes for the driver out of Pleasant Hill, Ohio. Comes around on lap number 2. We'll see if he improves. Westfall, lap number 2, better at a 37.14. 30.714 seconds. Matt Westfall, your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier so far at 54. The driver out to the speedway now is at Kingsburg, California, piloting the Belmont's Garage, Radio Hospital, Kreider Manufacturing, TJ Ford, Hampshire Chevrolet, Maxim Chassis, John Higginbottom, number 24. This is Cody Swanson. Cody Swanson in the number 24. 5-time winner on the season between pavement sprints, 500 sprint tour, as well as USAC Silver Crown competition. A 3-time winner with the series. His most recent win coming at Salem. A 14-time starter of the Bettenhausen 100. A winner in 2014, 15, and his most recent one in 2021. Comes around on his opening lap. He'll go 5th quick at a 31.080. 31.080 seconds for Cody Swanson, the 8-time Silver Crown champion. Going to work onto the back straightaway. 161 career starts, 48 wins, 111 top 5s, and 123 top 10 finishes for the driver who has been a 58-time Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. Runner-up finish 1 year ago here. Top 10s in his last 5 starts in the Bettenhausen 100. Top 5s in his last 4 starts. Comes around lap number 2. Better. Quick time at a 35.15. 35.15 seconds for Cody Swanson. Now your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. Next driver on the racetrack, he's from right here in town, driving the 66 model Raceway, Felker Chevrolet, Phillips Chassis, Morrow Brothers Ford, Modern Paving and Scrap, MSP Motorsports number 29. This is Joey Mohan. Joey Mohan in the number 29. 4-time starter in the Bettenhausen 100. His last A-feature start was back in 2018. He ran 9th. That's his best career finish in this event. His other 3 starts hampered by mechanical problems, an electrical failure, a bearing failure, and a brake line failure in his other 3 attempts. 11 career Silver Crown starts with a pair of top 10 finishes. Mohan coming around 9th quick in his opening lap, 32.399. 32.399 seconds for Joey Mohan. Best finish on the season in overall competition, coming with the American Sprint Car Series National Tour back on May 10th, a 7th place run down at Paducah. Mohan making his way into turns 3 and 4. Again, his opening lap was 9th quick at a 32.399. Coming around on his second lap. Lays the throttle down, 9th quick on lap number 1. Lap number 2. He'll pick up a spot to 8th quick at a 32.166. 32.166 seconds for Joey Mohan. Issues during hot laps getting sorted out for the driver, the number 99. He's also from here in Springfield. Driver the Weebles Bar and Grill, Felker Chevrolet, Beast. Tossie Transmission, Moore Automotive, Scott Wyant, number 99. This is Corey Wyant. Corey Wyant in the number 99. A 5-time starter of the Bettenhausen 100, 27th last year. Unfortunately got tangled up in a crash on only lap number 2. His best run in this event back in 2021 where he finished 19th. Is a 12-time Silver Crown feature event starter. Wyant coming around on his opening lap. We'll see where he stops the clock. It will be 10th quick at a 32.297. 32.297 seconds for the driver of the number 99. Wide through turns 1 and 2. Has some trouble getting the transmission to engage earlier during dirt draft hot laps. Had to bring the car to a stop. Was finally able to get it into the takeoff gear, fired and rolling. Luckily, no further issues from there as the 99 rolls down to the bottom side of turns 3 and 4. Again, took that wide groove over in turns 1 and 2 last time around. See if that helps him here on his second time. He's 10th quick on his opening lap at a 32.297. Lap number 2. slower, 32.908. He'll hold on to lap number 1. Again, Wyatt currently 10th quick. Out of Auburn, Illinois, driving the Bloomington Bison Hockey, Felker Chevrolet, DRC, Stidda.com, CGCPAs, Indy Custom Film, Forecheck Marketing, Indy Power Sports, Rice Motorsports, Abacus Racer number 22. This is Mario Klauser. Mario Klauser in number 22. A two-time starter here in the Bettenhausen 100, 31st last year, a broken clutch sidelining the driver of the number 22 1 year ago. An 8th place finish in 2023. A 30-time starter in Silver Crown competition, has 4 top 5s and 21 top 10 finishes. Klauser leading laps earlier this year. Comes around on his opening lap, 4th quick at a 38.07, 3:08.07 seconds for the Speedwagon. Swings are a little wide there through the middle of turns 1 and 2. The Bloomington Bison Hockey, Felker Chevrolet, Rice Motorsports, Abacus Racer number 22, darting onto the backside of the Speedway. See if you can find a little bit more speed here on lap number 2. Again, his opening lap, 30.807 seconds. Hugs the bottom side of the Speedway over in turns 3 and 4. Everybody still chasing Cody Swanson's 30.515 second lap. Klauser coming around. Lap number 2 will be slower, 31.1 seconds, 31.100 for Klauser. He'll stand on his opening lap at a 38.07, 4th quick for the 22. Driver who was quickest during Dirt Draft Hot Laps. We'll see if he can hold on to that title here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying at Fort Branch, Indiana. Driving the Lou Fuse Automotive Network, Spec Chevrolet, Maxim Chassis, True Brand Fuel Jewels, Lucas Oil Center, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body, and Same Graphics, England Machine and Tool, Pink 69, Racing number 69. This is Chase Stockin. Chase Stockin in the number 69. 1 win on the season during Indiana Sprint Week competition, a memorable one of the Moose Racer number 92 up at the Terre Haute Action Track. That rounded out the month of July. Around on his opening lap, 5th quick at a 38.39 seconds for Chase Stockin on lap number 1. A 5-time starter of the Bettenhausen 100. Last year he ran 10th, his best performance in 2022 where he ran 9th in this event. First start back in 2015, that was in the McQuinn number 14 with a 12th place finish, a 24-time Silver Crown starter with 4 top 5s and 10 top 10 finishes. Stockin making his way around the very bottom side of the Speedway through turns 3 and 4. We'll see if he can pick up a little bit more speed here as he makes his way onto the front straightaway. 5th quick on lap number 1. Lap number 2, slower, 39.17 at 38.39. He'll stand on his opening lap. That was Chase Stockin in 69. So 15 drivers so far have taken time. And speaking of the McQuinn number 14, the backup car making an appearance out to the Speedway. Drivers out of Collinsville, Oklahoma, driving the Donnelly Truck and McQuinn Auto Service. McQuinn Chevrolet JR1 chassis, number 14, in Cale Drake. Out of Collinsville, making his Silver Crown debut. Interview earlier said he went to turns 3 and 4 and just lost steering. Ended up making hard contact with the wall, sheared the front axle. They were able to get it down into the pits, get a better look at it, determine the backup car was needed. A dozen wins over his wins at a dozen tracks over his career so far. 2 wins on the season, Sweet Springs and Circle City, both with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Mid-National Championship. Coming around on his opening lap, a 36.564. The car not picking up much speed here, 36.564 seconds for the driver of the number 14. Of course, Cale Drake starting his career down in Oklahoma around Port City, I-44, the National Open Wheel 600 Series before moving up into the midget ranks, eventually sprint cars. He started that journey last year in the Bennick Enterprises number 2B. Find a little bit more speed here on lap number 2, a 33.947, 33.947 seconds for Cale Drake, currently 15th. So next driver that was set to be out to the Speedway was Dave Berkheimer. Looks like problems getting that car out of the pits, so we'll get a push truck down to him, see if he's able to fire. In the meantime, the driver of Anaheim, California, going to make his way out to the Speedway, piloting the Clan Enterprises, Willwood, Brown & Miller Racing Solutions, Penske Shocks, Hoosier Tire, Ford-powered Beast number 6. This is Jake Swanson. Jake Swanson in the number 6, going to start to get to speed to the back straightaway. 1 win on the season with the USAC CRA presented by Avante Windows and Doors out of Mojave Valley in California. That was all the way back in February. He's a 4-time starter here at the Bettenhausen 100. He led his last A-feature start in this event was 2023. Ran 28th after losing brakes. His best run in 2021 with a 4th place finish. His first attempt here with Platte Enterprises. His other attempts were with DMW Motorsports. He's a 20-time starter in Silver Crown competition. 3 top 5s, his best finish earlier this year. A runner-up at the Belleville High Banks. Also has 7 top 10 finishes on his record. Through the warm-up and on the clock here. We'll see how he fares on his opening lap. 17th driver out to qualify here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Swanson coming around 10th quick on lap number 1, a 31.526, 31.526 seconds for Jake Swanson on his opening attempt. Taking the Beast Ford Power number 6 onto the far side of the speedway. On the dirt this year, it's been Jake Swanson. On the pavement, it's been Jake Trainer behind the wheel of the Platte Enterprises machine. Making his way off of turn number 4. The Anaheim, California driver on the wood here to the front straightaway. Does he improve lap number 2? He does. 9th quick at a 31.309, 31.309 seconds for Jake Swanson. Finally able to get the car fired here. The drive all the way from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Drove the Rich Wine Garage, Tittle Motorsports, Macquarie Concrete. Seth's Performance Chevrolet, Maxim Chassis number 31. This is Dave Burkheimer. Dave Burkheimer, the number 31, a 5-time starter of the Bettenhausen 100. He ran 19th in this event 1 year ago. His best finish back in 2022 where he ran 17th. 61 career starts and 1 top 10 finish. That was earlier this year in Belleville. Makes his way through turns 3 and 4. See how he fares here in his opening lap. Burkheimer going to come around with a 35.498, 35.498 seconds, 18th out of 18 right now for the driver of the number 31. Works onto the back straightaway, picking up a little bit more speed here as he will race his way off into turns 3 and 4. One of the diehards of Silver Crown competition, making the trip every time out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Takes a little bit different line that time through turns 3 and 4. Runs the high side, comes around lap number 2. It will be slower, 36.280, 36.280 seconds for Dave Burkheimer. Next driver onto the speedway. Picked up his first career Silver Crown victory back during the Salt City 100 in Hutchinson, Kansas on May 19th. He's out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Driver of the Fieldmar, DMW Advanced Material Technologies, E. Snyder & Sons Recycling, Boulevard Truck Repair, Phoenix Pavers, Power Control Systems, RO7 Chevrolet Power, DRC number 10. This is Briggs Danner. Briggs Danner in the number 10. Second attempt here in the Bettenhausen 100. Ran 14th in this event 1 year ago. The 2-time USAC East Coast champion going to come around on his opening lap. He'll be 16th at a 33.171, 33.171 seconds for the driver of the number 10. Picking up a 3rd victory on the season up at Big Diamond with the USAC East Coast Series back on August 8th. 10-time starter in Silver Crown competition. 1 win, 4 top 5s, and 7 top 10 finishes for the driver of the number 10 machine. Makes his way down to the bottom side of turns 3 and 4. Again, the top 24 in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying will lock directly into your feature event. Everybody else going into your Elliott's Custom Trailers Kart semi-feature event. Danner coming around, lap number 2, better, 14th quick at a 32.475, 32.475 seconds for Briggs Danner, second time around. 20th driver out to the speedways out of St. Charles, Missouri. Driver of the Performance Plus Global Logistics, Trainer Chevrolet, DRC, Spartan Transportation, Steffens Motorsports, number 8. This is Kyle Steffens. Kyle Steffens in the number 8 machine. 7 attempts in the Bettenhausen 100. He ran 8th here 1 year ago. His best finish in 2021, a 5th place run. His best overall finish, actually, in Silver Crown competition. Kyle Steffens coming around his opening lap, 10th quick at a 31.316, 31.316 seconds for the former modified ace. A trio of 6th place runs in 2025. Leading up to this event, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Indianapolis Raceway Park of the Race Aid 100, and then Salem, his most recent finish inside of the top 10. Again, all of those sixth-place finishes. 42 career starts, 1 top 5, and 11 top 10 finishes for the driver of the number 8 machine. Combined over 300 victories in his career across several vocations. Open Wheel Racing comes around. Lap number 2 will be better. 6 quick at a 39.56, 3:09.56 seconds for Kyle Steffens. Next driver onto the speedway, we're looking at Kenny Gentry. He's out of Henderson, Kentucky, driving the England Machine and Tool. 21 Oaks Farms. Look out, spins her up out of the groove and into the wall over in turns 1 and 2. So the Gentry Motorsports Beast, Gentry Chevrolet number 18. A little bit of a rough go and a rough start here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. So safety crews making their way out to get the 18 pointed back in the right direction, see if he's able to continue on. So far, Cody Swanson is your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. His lap time, 30.515 seconds. Matt Westphal, second quick right now at a 37.14. Jimmy Light, 37.99, third quick. Mario Klauser, fourth quick at a 38.07 to 38.39 for Chase Stockton, currently in fifth. Steffens currently in sixth. CJ Leary, Carmen Perigo, Chris Urish, and Jake Swanson currently make up the top 10. Replay here on the FloRacing broadcast as he makes his way into turns 1 and 2. Just misses that line into entry of 1, finds the dust, and unfortunately sails him around backwards up into the wall. They slow the frame right down, getting a better look at that, and as safety crews assess the car, they do determine they do need the hook to get him cleared from the racetrack. Real quick, let's go check in with Drake.
Well, while we are sitting here under the yellow flag in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, got the chance to talk to the 60 team, of course, Billy Weiss, the driver of that race car. They have unfortunately scratched from the day, not even going to make an attempt here. An Honest Abe Roofing qualifying team told me simply car was overheating in practice and something they couldn't fix here to get him out there for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying or even the Elliott Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature or the 100-lap race later on. So they have parked him for the day, unfortunately. Tough break for Billy Weiss. Last 2 weeks been unfortunate for him with mechanical issues, first at Salem and now here at Springfield.
Yeah, as we looked down earlier, in fact, Jake, our scorer, noticed it first that thing looked like a geyser with water just shooting up out of the radiator. So a tough break for the number 60 machine as his day coming to an end before it was really able to begin. So crews on scene over in turns 1 and 2. If you're just joining us in the grandstands or here on the broadcast, again, Kenny Gentry, the driver, spinning up into the wall. 21st driver coming out to attempt to qualify. Remember, the top 24 out of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, they're the ones that lock directly into your feature event straight up by their qualifying time. Everybody else into that Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. So just about ready to start scratching drivers out of the lineup and telling them you need to try one more time. So the 18 on the hook, and we'll get clear for the racing surface. Looking ahead on the schedule for the USAC National Touring Divisions. Kokomo Speedway next for the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. The Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts Sprint Car Smackdown kicking off a 3-day run, August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The winner of night number 3 walks away with a $30,000 check. By the way, all of the laps have been sold for that event, so $500 per lap led going to the driver, the other $500 going into the pot, and it's a 1 in 40 chance of winning. Somebody in the grandstand is going to win $20,000, so that's definitely something to look forward to. That is up at Kokomo again, August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Bloomington Speedway, this event rescheduled from the rain out earlier this year during Indiana Midget Week. Not a part of Midget Week, just rescheduled. They will take center stage. That'll be on Friday, August 29th with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship. The Ted Horn 100 just down the road at DeCoin. That is going to be on Saturday, August 30th. And then the NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship back on track, Angel Park Speedway, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. That'll be on Sunday, August 31st. The 10,000 win Fireman's Nationals. That's definitely one you want to mark on your calendar. Tri-City Speedway with the USAC Gainesville Sprint Car National Championship. Granite City, Illinois, just down the road. That's going to be on Friday, September 5th. Saturday, the long-awaited return to the Diamond and Dirt tracks of Wheatland, Missouri. Lucas Oil Speedway for the Rod is supplying Diamond Dirt Duel. So several great events to look forward to on your schedule. And, of course, you can find them all when you go to usacracing.com. Track back under green flag conditions as Taylor Ferns out to the racetrack. She's out of Shelby Township, Michigan, drove the Bradford Allen Mobile 1. Platt Enterprises, Ecomen Car IQ Pay, Simpson Race Products, Taylor Ferns Racing, PME Ford, number 55. Two-time starter of the Bettenhausen 100. Her last start in 2023, where she finished 12th. Her best run in 2013 in the Ferns number 35. That was a 10th place finish for Taylor Ferns. 41 career Silver Crown starts. 8 top 5s and 22 top 10 finishes for the driver, the number 55, as she makes her way through turns at 3 and 4. Coming around on lap number 1, we'll see where she stops the clock. The Shelby Township, Michigan racer on the throttle here into the front straightaway. Comes around lap number 1, 13 quick at a 32.171, 32.171 seconds for Taylor Ferns. Mechanical problems last time on track at Salem, sidelining her early, bringing a Platt Enterprises machine onto the speedway here today. Takes the Mobile 1, Ecomen Car IQ Pay, Beast number 55, over into turns 3 and 4. We'll see if she can prove here on her second time around. 13th quick on lap number 1. Again, her time was a 32.171. Coming around, lap number 2 will be better. 12th quick at a 31.570, 31.570 seconds for Taylor Ferns. Kyle Wismiller out of Saybrook, Illinois, onto the speedway now. The Wismiller Racing Chevrolet Maxim chassis number 144. Look out, just about tagged the concrete. Rooster tails off of the right rear, gets it wound up and keeps it off of the wall. Great save of the driver, who is a Bettenhausen 100 rookie. Looking for his first career Silver Crown feature start here. Wismiller, safer line this time to the bottom side of turns 3 and 4. The car going to kind of jiggle and wiggle out from underneath him just a little bit here. Brings it onto the front straightaway, and we'll see where he stops the clock here on lap number 1. He will break the beam, 19 quick at a 32.936, 32.936 seconds for the driver, the number 144. Woes are a little bit that time at turn number 1. Takes the safe line around the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Onto the back straightaway. Hair-raising moment on that opening lap as he just about found all the concrete he could handle. Was able to get the car wound up and keep it on the racetrack, though. Goes 19th quick on his opening lap at a 32.936. We'll see where he lands here on lap number 2. Finds the throttle after the checker flag. Wismiller better, 13th at a 31.803, 31.803 seconds for Wismiller on lap number 2. Next driver onto the speedways out of Athens, Illinois. Driving the XK Glow, Craig Chevrolet, Ripper Chassis, Smith Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, Armitage Collision Center, Modern Paving and Scrap, Alliant Life Chiropractic, MPV Express, Custom Property Solutions, number 17. This is Will Armitage. Will Armitage in the number 17. Picking up a win earlier this year, back in April, with the Jacksonville Speedway with the MOA Series. Making his USAC Silver Crown debut, works around here on his opening lap. And Armitage coming around, 14th quick at a 31.828, 31.828 seconds. The 2024 Morrow Brothers Ford MOA Sprint Car champion currently leads the points with that series here in 2025. Takes that XK Glow Craig Chevrolet Ripper chassis number 17 off onto the back straightaway, 14th on his opening lap with a 31.828. Seri lands here on lap at number 2. Nice and smooth around the guardrail into turns 3 and 4 onto the front straightaway. On the throttle to the checker flag. Armitage better, 12th quick at a 31.387. 31.387 seconds for Armitage in his Silver Crown debut. Next onto the speedway, 25th driver to qualify now. We're going to find out who's going to lock into the show and who's going to have to run the semi-feature event. Casey Buckman out of Chandler, Arizona. The Race Shack, paint by Steve. Earl's Indy, FG3 Chevrolet powered DRC. Seabuck Motorsports, Eddie Sachs Jr., number 25. A three-time starter here in the Bettenhausen 100. His last start in 2023 with a 15th place run. His best attempt in 2021. He finished 8th here in this event. A 16-time Silver Crown starter, 1 top 5, and a pair of top 10 finishes. Buckman comes around on his opening lap. He'll be 13th on the grid, 31.547, 3.1547 seconds for the Arizona racer. Background in wing sprint cars, as well as a winner with the former ASCS Southwest region. Track manager down at the Firebird Motorsports Park in Chandler, Arizona. Off of the pace over in turns 3 and 4, so it looks like problems on lap number 2 for the driver, the number 25, Buckman. Lap number 1 will be his attempt at a 31.547. Able to make his way down into the pit area. We continue on, and the driver on track now is out of Galesburg, Illinois. A back-to-back winner of this event, driving the Liberty Village Retirement Communities. The Strength Collective Kistler Powered Maxive Chassis Fike race at number 39. This is AJ Fike. AJ Fike on the speedway in the number 39. Winner in 2012 and 2013 in the RFMS number 3. Fike coming around 12th quick on his opening lap at a 31.356. A 10-time starter in the Bettenhausen 100. His last feature event start in this event was 2015. He ran 16th. 105 career Silver Crown starts, a trio of wins, 22 top 5s, and 51 top 10 finishes. The only other driver to go back-to-back in Champ Car events here, Tony Bettenhausen, 1950 and 1951, back in the days of AAA. Also a 2015 winner here with the ARCA Menard Series. Comes around here on lap number 2. 12 quick on lap number 1. Lap number 2 is slower, 31.485 or 31.356 on lap number 1 will be the best attempt for AJ Fike. Kyle Robbins next to the speedway out of Newcastle, Indiana. Driving the Magnum Machine and Tool, Willwood G&G Oil, Jackson Chevrolet Beast, KR Racing number 7. At speed onto the back straightaway, a 4-time starter here in the Bettenhausen 100. His last feature start was in 2022, 29th after the water pump failed on that machine. Has a little bit of a problem over in turns 3 and 4. Kicks her way sideways there at the exit of the turn. Gets it back underneath him here, the 7. Coming around 17th. 17th quick on his opening lap at a 32.074. 32.074 seconds. 17th quick right now for Kyle Robbins. 52 career Silver Crown starts, a pair of top 5s, and 18 top 10 finishes for the Newcastle, Indiana racer. Takes the Jackson Chevrolet Beast, G&G Oil, Willwood number 7. Off into turns 3 and 4. Last time the car wiggling quite a bit on him. Really kicked her sideways to the exit of the 4th turn. And again, that car really unstable around to the front straightway. As he is out of the throttle. Lap number 2 for him going to be slower. A 32.408, 32.074 on lap number 1. So he does give himself a little bit of a buffer there. Cale Drake right now, the driver that's on the bubble in 24th with that 33.947 second lap. Gentry, Berkheimer, and Kenny Gentry all find themselves in a Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. As the next driver on track is out of Peru, Indiana, driving the Gamesters at Green Gable Village. Kircher Chevrolet Beast number 51, and looks like his run now going to start. His opening lap was interfered with by the number 7, who is still on track. So again, what was supposed to be his opening lap was interfered with, so officials will call a mulligan on that one, and now he is on the clock, and all kinds of sideways over turn number 3, gets the car saved and back underneath him. 28th driver out to the track to qualify. We'll see how he lands here on lap number 1. It will be 15th at a 31.554, 31.554 seconds for the driver with the number 51. 27-time starter in the Bettenhausen 100. Winner here all the way back in 1998 in his own Gamester number 51. He ran 11th last year. His last top 5 was in 2011. He ran 3rd in this event. 220 career Silver Crown starts, a half a dozen wins, 37 top 5s, and 85 top 10 finishes. Coming around, lap number 2 does improve, 14th at a 31.532, 31.532 seconds for Russ Gamester. So he'll put himself up into the show. He will knock Cale Drake down into the semi-feature event, and Rob Cahoe now sitting 24th quick on the grid. So Gamester through his run, going to make his way down into the infield. And the next driver out to the speedway, coming around the way of the green flag out of Ione, California. Driving the NOS Energy Drink, Super Fitness, Himmelgarten Enterprises, Nick Bohannon, VersaLift Reynolds, Speedway Chevrolet, DRC. Number 91, this is Justin Grant. Justin Grant in the number 91. Defending champion of the Bettenhausen 100, a 2-time winner in this event. His other one back in 2017. Led all 100 laps here from the pole position. Ended up sweeping the miles last year. Comes around lap number 1, 10th quick at a 31.209. 31.209 seconds for Justin Grant. 108 career starts, 9 wins, 54 top 5s, and 84 top 10s for the driver, the number 91. Mentioned last year, he swept the miles, the first driver since Chris Windham to do so. Qualifying and race sweep, he had to go all the way back to Tracy Hines in 2006. So Grant, despite the injured left foot, modifications made to get him down to the car. Comfortable on the brake, 10th quick on lap number 1, 9th quick on lap number 2, 31.011, 31.011 for Justin Grant. Second time by, put the 91 in 9th. So that will drop Rob Cahoe down into the semi-feature event. And Tom Savage, the next driver in line, sitting in that 24th position. Kip Hughes, the next driver out to the speedway at Enid, Oklahoma, driving the Pat McVicker Oilfield Services, Westmar, Maxim Chassis, Bergman Tax and Accounting, Mac Tools, Midwest Refrigeration, Elite Collision Center, number 160. Picking up a win earlier this year with the United Rebel Late Model Series. That was up at the Dodge City Raceway Park on May 10th. He is a Bettenhausen 100 rookie. Has 3 career Silver Crown starts and 1 top 5 coming earlier this year during the Salt City 100. Kip's going to come around in his opening lap, 26 quick at a 33.327, 33.327 seconds for Kip Hughes right now. Finds himself in a semi-feature event. Needing to improve a little bit here in lap number 2. A 41-time winner with the Sooner Late Model Series, currently 9th in that series. 6th in points with the United Rebel Late Model Series, a 2-time winner of the Hutch Nationals in late model competition. Trying to bring his experience on the big tracks here to the mile. Brings his way through turns 3 and 4. We'll see how he fares. Second time by. Sitting outside the feature on lap number 1. Lap number 2 will be better. 32.963. Still 26. So Kip Hughes will find himself in your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. Lap number 2 better, but not enough to get into the top 24. A Bettenhausen 100 rookie and making his Silver Crown debut at Bristow, Oklahoma. Driving the factory 14, number 79. Look out, Tim Kent getting a little wide over in turns 1 and 2. Keeps it off of the concrete, up into the dust, and a good save for the driver of the Puro Clean of Broken Arrow, DRC. James Hoover owned number 79. Best finish on the season for Tim Kent so far was with the United Sprint League, the Wingless Series down in Oklahoma. That was a 3rd on 2 occasions at Creek County Speedway, April 11th and 25th. As Tim coming around 29th quick in his opening lap, a 34.808, 34.808 seconds for Tim Kent. The DRC RTR Racing Engine Factory 14, Eclipse Claims number 79, working on to the back straightway. And normally you'll find Tim in competition, whether it is 305 Chance Sprint Cars at Creek County Speedway, the Old Capital Racing Series, or United Sprint League down around the state of Oklahoma. Hopping behind the wheel of the James Hoover number 79 here, brings it around to the front straightway. We'll see if he improves on lap number 2. And he does to 26, but still finds himself in a semi-feature event 32.850. So only getting one lap on the grid. He was set to be the first driver out to the speedway. Unfortunately, not able to make it out. Travis Mahoney out of Oglesby, Illinois, driving the Alloy Specialist Incorporated, Barnstormers Engineering, Automotive Machine Chevrolet, Maxim chassis number 65. So he will get one lap on the clock. Comes around 19th quick in his opening lap at a 31.997. 31.997 seconds for the driver of the number 65. And another driver that had some issues earlier, Brian Tyler at Apartment, Michigan, driving the Duncan Oil, Flint Trucking, Kircher Chevrolet Maxim, BCR Group number 81. Winner in 2004, 5, 8, and 2011. His win in 2004 from the 21st starting spot. His win in 2011 from 14th. Last attempt at this event was back in 2022. He ran 6th. The end of BCR 3181 comes around, and he's 17th quick at a 31.569. 31.569 seconds for Brian Tyler. As that'll wrap up Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. 5th quick tonight was Chase Stockin. 4th quick was Mario Klauser. 3rd was Jimmy Light. 2nd was Matt Westfall. And ladies and gentlemen, for the 59th time in his career, he is your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier here with the USAC Silver Crown Champ Car Series out of Kingsburg, California. The Belmont's Garage Radio Hospital, Hampshire Chevrolet Max at number 24. Race fans, give him a hand, Cody Swanson. So Swanson, your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier here today. Be the 4th time at this racetrack he has been your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier, but remember, 2 of those he had to come from deep from a penalty, but he won all 3. Let's go down to Drake.
Yeah, funny enough, Cody and I were just talking about that off camera, and something else Cody and I were talking about off camera right after dirt track practice. Cody, you didn't really think you had a pole car. What changed between the end of practice and qualifying that allowed you to get the pole?
I mean, we never gave up, right? And really appreciate the John Hagenbottom 24 team. Shoot, we made a few adjustments, and I didn't know if we would or wouldn't, but the track keeps changing. We talk about that, and luckily, you know, where I felt after practice, the track kept rubbering in a little bit more, kind of like I needed, and really gave us a fast number 24 there. And so, sure appreciative of them and John and Zach and everybody that's part of this team, right? We got so many great sponsors between Radio Hospital, Belmont's Garage, Kreider Manufacturing. There are so many people pitching in on it to give us a chance, and thankful for them making the trip out. We stayed at Bob Hampshire's this week, and Clark Lamb come out and help work on it too. And you know, Bob put his wrenches on it. Always seems to make things go a little quicker when he does. And appreciate him and Jesse Himes for building great horsepower and great Maxim chassis. Great opportunity. Thanks to them, to Radio Hospital, John Venturella, a bunch of people part of it.
Cody Swanson's already a 3-time winner of the Bettenhausen 100. He's going for 4 here today at the Springfield Mile.
Thank you very much. As Sportsman cars out to the speedway here. Their hot laps at speed.
This is combined hot laps qualifying for the UMP Sportsman. On track 87, a 6-time winner out of Springfield, Wes Odell. 4-time winner Ethan Schnapp out of Springfield. 29, a rookie out of Detmer, Missouri, Jeff LeBaub. 84L out of Springfield, Jim Farley III. 11 out of High Ridge, Missouri, another rookie, Donnie Karg. The one-lap track record for the Sportsman is 33032. That's 33032. Set here in August 2017 by Jeremy Nichols, 108.985 miles an hour. That'll conclude Group 1 for the Sportsman. Ethan Schnapp, fastest of Group 1, 33461. That's a 33461 for Ethan Schnapp, fastest out of Group 1. On the raceway, it's Ken Schrader's car, but the driver is not Mr. Schrader. It's a guy who will be doing double duty tomorrow in car number 9. That'll be Kelly Kovsky out of Springfield, Illinois, who'll be doing double duty in the Sportsman and the ARCA car tomorrow. The 89W, he says it's a swan song. We're trying to convince him to stick around. Rick Wiedekamp out of Springfield. Jerry Radiker out of Detmer, Missouri in car 70. 70-plus-year-old Phil Moreland out in the 07. Eli English out of Paducah, Kentucky in the 06. And Bobby Byler out in the B26. The B26 has got an interesting motor underneath the hood. That is a Cadillac Northstar V8 in that car. Uh-oh, hang on. If you're looking for the trouble spot at the Springfield Mile today, it's likely going to be turn 1. as the 07 is going to pull in on the back pit gate. Phil Moreland looped it down here in turn 1, and some damage to the left side of the car. Jerry Radiker, and I think that might be it for that engine. Jerry Radiker, Jeff LeBob, and Donnie Karg, all regulars down at Peevely. They're friends with Schrader. They were saying that they were going to form a racing team called All Dogs Racing, and none of them had been on the mile before. This was their debut on the Springfield Mile, and unfortunately for Jerry, that ends here this afternoon with a stream of fluid right down the main straightaway here. There is that beautiful Wayne Woodrum Toyota pace car. Wayne Woodrum, who has supplied the pace cars here since the early 1980s. And we appreciate the Woodrum Automotive Group up in Macomb for continuing to sponsor the pace car here at the Illinois and DuQuoin State Fairs. So, tow truck already on the way down there in turn number 1 for Jerry Radiker to remove him from the racetrack. Right now, Kelly Kofsky is quick with a 3.3989, followed by Phil Moreland with second quick before tagging the fence, a 3.4471. Rick Wiedekamp third out of this group, a 3.5136. Bobby Byler fourth, a 3.5547. Jerry Radiker was fifth. And Eli English, who pulled in, did not post a time yet.
Yeah, they're up right after Sportsman hot lap.
And it appears that Mr. Moreland has rejoined the fray. Kelly Kofsky has made 18 starts in the Allen Crow 100, the stock car race tomorrow. He'll be looking for start number 19. He has won as a crew chief for Justin Allgaier. He won as a car owner and crew chief for Grant Enfinger. He's looking for his first ever victory on the Springfield Mile tomorrow in ARCA competition. He's also never driven a Sportsman on the Springfield Mile, so we'll see if the extra laps help. Again, the track record here for the Sportsman, a 3.3032. That was set by Jeremy Nichols here in August 2017. 108.985 miles an hour. Ethan Schnapp not far off of that in group number 1 qualifying / hot laps at 3.3461. And Kelly Kofsky also in the 33-second bracket here in group number 2. Wayne Woodrum pace car looks like it may be headed off of the back pit gate. And once we're okay with the racetrack, we'll turn them green again for just a couple more laps in their hot lap / qualification session. Aaron Likens still showing the yellow flag atop the flag stand. And looking at Phil Moreland's car, apparently was relatively light contact with the turn 1 concrete. Fortunately, if there was much damage, the crew will have a chance overnight to fix it before tomorrow's main event here on the Springfield Mile. Again, 1 p.m. to start for tomorrow's Allen Crow 100. The Sportsman race will be immediately preceding the Allen Crow 100. Green light goes on in the corner, and we go back to qualification / hot lap for the UMP Dirt Car Sportsman.
Thanks, sir.
So, quickest out of Group 2, Kelly Kowski, a 3.3.868. Followed by Phil Moreland, a 3.4.471, and Rick Wiedekamp, a 3.5.136. So your quick qualifier overall in the Sportsman, Ethan Schnapp, a 3.3.461. Up next, we got vintage cars for you. Vintage car display and some laps on the track from some of our vintage machines. Just as a reminder, the Illinois State Fair Grandstand is a no smoking area. If you feel inclined to smoke, please head down to the main concourse. Thank you. That is an old super modified. Those eventually morphed into sprint cars. You would see those at area tracks here in central Illinois. Super modifieds ran frequently out at the little Springfield Speedway. Super modifieds were part of the Knoxville Nationals before morphing into sprint cars. A more modern type of sprint car rolling by the grandstand right now. The 73 machine. And if that sounds different, it's because it is. That's got an Offenhauser engine, one of the 4-cylinder Offies. The other car you see out there is a 1929 Model A. Those were sprint cars before there were sprint cars. The 88 car, the Justice Brothers car, yet another sprint car. That car ran on the tracks out in California. Where, like Indiana, running without the wings is a way of life, especially in Central and Southern California. When you get to Northern California, it's a lot more winged racing. Can you imagine running 100 miles an hour in a car like that? Skinny tires, no cage, driver sitting way above the metal. My broadcast partner says no, and I agree with him. Well, the guy in the 88's not shy about getting on the hammer. There were a couple of vintage midgets at least we saw down on the infield when we came in this morning. If you've ever thought about restoring or looking for a barn find, you can find vintage race cars in a barn, but it's a lot of time, money, and effort, and a labor of love to restore one. There's one of the midgets. That also with a 4-cylinder Offenhauser under the hood, the 110 Offie. The sprint cars likely got a 220 cubic inch Offenhauser 4-cylinder engine under the hood. There is yet another vintage midget. That one actually has a roll bar on it, but I imagine during most of its time it did not. Is it hot enough for you this afternoon? We tried turning the air conditioning on in the grandstand, didn't work. Are you having a good time so far today? The 5 car is a vintage sprinter that would have run during the 1950s and 60s. With a Chevy V8 under the hood, most likely in 305 or 327 cubic inch displacement. The other car behind it headed down the back straightaway. That is a vintage sprint car, believe it or not. Back in the day, they would have called it a big car. So the car coming down the main straightaway right now is a sprint car that would have run during the 30s and 40s. 4-cylinder Offie under the hood. And those cars ran here on the Springfield Mile during the late 30s and 1940s, with the exception of World War II, under the International Motor Contest Association banner. The IMCA really ruled the fair circuit during the 1930s and 1940s, running on most of the dirt miles around the country and many of the half miles. And it looks like that's going to end the vintage car exhibition. How about a round of applause for all those vintage guys towing here today, getting out in this heat, and firing up those vintage cars, putting in a few laps for you folks.
It's like water truck making its appearance over into number 4. So with that, here on the FloRacing broadcast, we're going to step away for a moment. We'll be back.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.com.
Are you looking for a new race car hauler, trailer, or easy-go golf cart? What about something dependable? How about buying from someone you can depend on? Contact Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts. They're a certified Featherlight dealer with all kinds of trailers and other products to fit your needs. Located just 2 hours north of downtown Indianapolis, Elliott's Custom Trailers will deliver your trailer or cart anywhere in the United States. No matter where you're from or what you're looking for, the goal is always the same: ultimate customer satisfaction. So don't wait. Contact Elliott's today and find a trailer or golf cart that fits your needs.
Honest Abe Roofing is America's favorite roofing company.
They took the time to discuss all of our needs.
I couldn't be happier with my new roof.
The best part? They came in under budget.
Honest Abe Roofing helped us with their easy payment solutions, and now we can make low payments on the roof that we actually wanted.
I guarantee you'll get the best price for your roof. That's what my ironclad lowest investment guarantee is all about.
Race fans, use code RACE for 10% off of a full roof replacement from our executive collection.
Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. If you have any questions, please call Indy Metal Finishing today at 317-858-5353. Find them online at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Indy Metal Finishing, or visit their website at indymetalfinishing.com.
Our summer block party is in full swing at Lou Fuse Kia Terre Haute. Celebrate summer with incredible deals like the all-new K4, $199 a month, new Sportage, $239 a month, or new Telluride, $379 a month, all backed by Fuse. Celebrate and save at our summer block party. K4's $199, Sportage's $239, Telluride's $379 at Lou Fuse Kia Terre Haute, home of the 200,000-mile warranty. Lou Fuse, we are family.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I'm faster than you. Yeah, well, I'm gnarlier than you. I get more sideways. I'm louder. Much louder. I get wilder than you. You sure about that, bro?
Harder.
Slicker.
Cooler.
Tougher.
Let's go.
So what you got?
Go harder, faster, stronger with Rod End Supply. Whether you are running industrial, farming equipment, or a race car, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performance. Our superior design means our rod ends last longer and perform better, giving you the edge on the track and saving you money. Contact Rod End Supply or order online today at rodendsupply.com. We don't just sell them, we race them. rodendsupply.com. Serving the racing community for over 30 years.
Sprint car fans, the wait is over. The Western World Championship is back. And this year, we're making the Western world great again. Avante Windows and Doors and AME Electrical have teamed up to bring you the biggest purse in Western world history. $15,000 to win, plus $15,000 in lap money. The best sprint car drivers in the country are storming into Central Arizona Raceway, battling for bragging rights, big money, and a legacy that lasts forever. This is the biggest sprint car race in Arizona. This is tradition, and this is War on Dirt. It's the Western World Championship. Are you ready? Make the Western world great again.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on FloRacing. Cars making their way out to the Speedway for your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. Scheduled for 12 laps, top 6 can advance on into your feature event. If you're in the market for a new or used trailer, motor coach, or golf cart, look no further than Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, one of the nation's premier outlets and located right in the heart of north central Indiana, with the intent to give competitors the transporter they need to get to and from an event safely and dependably. Elliott's knowledgeable and dedicated staff will put you on track, showing you the latest in Featherlight, Intech, United, ATC, Illumitech, Bravo, as well as Magix, X Series, and Easy Go. Led by Cindy Elliott, whose motorsports roots run deep, stemming from her late husband and USAC champion Tony Elliott. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, it's not the choice, it's the only choice. Contact Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts today at elliott'scustomtrailers.com or by phone at 1-800-766-1886. That's Elliott's, the only choice for champions. So again, 12 laps looking for the top 6. Travis Mahoney of Oglesby, Illinois in the 65, so to the pole position. The Alloy Specialist entry. Next to him, Rob Cahoe Jr. out of Rush City, Minnesota, the Whitman Roofing number 78. Tim Kent out of Bristow, Oklahoma, the Factory 14. Puro Clean of Broken Arrow number 79, slated for 3rd. For 4th, Kip Hughes out of Enid, Oklahoma, the Pac-Man Vickers Oilfield Service, Westmore Maxim number 160. Cale Drake out of Collinsville, the Donnelly Trucking McQuinn Motorsports GR1 number 14, set for the 5th starting spot. With Eric Gentry out of Robards, Kentucky, the TC Competition, Chevrolet Beast number 3, set for 6. The 31 of Dave Burkheimer from the inside of number 4 to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, the Rich Ryan Garage number 31. Outside of him, scheduled to be Kenny Gentry out of Henderson, Kentucky, driving the England Machine and Tool, 21 Oak Farms number 18. Shane Connell out of Kansas, Illinois, the Rosewood Machine and Tool. Maxim Chassis, number 121, slated for the 9th spot, 10th. Shane Cockerman of Benton, Illinois, the Lean Acres, AJ Felker Racing Mopar, DRC number 97. And your final starter set to be Brian Tyler at Parma, Michigan, the Duncan Oil Kirchner Chevrolet Maxim number 81. So it looks like 8 of our 11 scheduled drivers on the Speedway. One of the drivers that was slated to be on the front row, Brian Tyler, unfortunately when he came across scales, had the wrong left front tire affixed to that car, a D15 instead of a D20. As the cars make their way into 1 and 2, let's check in with Drake.
Thank you so much, Brian. And yeah, you talk about Brian Tyler with that illegal left front tire. Also didn't help that they had to push that car too. So with Honest Abe Roofing qualifying here at the Dirt Miles with the USAC Silver Crown Series, you got to start your car just like you would in a race and pull away. They've been having clutch issues all day, so that's why they elected for the push. And as a matter of fact, to fire off for the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature, they had also used a push truck to fire off too. But talking to Brian earlier in the pit area, he said, well, I think we still got a good enough race car to definitely make the show. He's not not terribly worried about that. He said, I think this racetrack too is going to widen out just enough for me to make some moves in the 81 machine. Also want to make note of Briggs Danner, our most recent winner on the dirt with the USAC Silver Crown Series. He qualified in the 25th starting position, so he would have been in this race anyway. Unfortunately, he is a scratch for the day. Talked to Mickey Meyer, the owner of that number 10 machine, and he said, well, we had a bit of an issue in practice. Took the car apart, rebuilt it for Honest Abe Roofing, qualifying within a lap. Briggs knew something wasn't right, so they've unfortunately had to throw in the towel as well. We also had talked about Shane Cockrum, too, trying to make the call for this semi-feature. That car still parked at the trailer after that hard flip in turn number 2 during dirt track practice earlier today.
Thank you very much as the field makes their way around. Still slated for 12 laps. Officials taking one last look at everybody on the racetrack, and they'll determine if the laps will remain there. Getting word now, 8 laps. 8 laps now the distance. So Travis Mahoney, who was slated to be on the pole position, a no-show, so that moves Tim Kent now up to the number 1 starting spot. So Ken out of Bristow, Oklahoma, the factory 14, Eclipse Claims, Bureau Clean and Broken Arrow, Shriners Hospital for Children, number 79. Going to bring him down to the drop of the green flag with Rob Cahoe Jr. alongside. In at that number 78, the Whitman's Roofing Justice Brothers, Claxton Toyota DRC number 78. Again, 8 laps now the distance, looking for 6 to move on into your Bettenhausen 100 feature event. The field around to the front straightaway, the wave of the green flag, and here we go. We'll see who races going to win the show. Quick to the outside goes Kip Hughes in the 160. He'll come around to lead the way as they make their way off into turns 1 and 2. Once they got to the NOS Energy start can, it was game on for the field, and Kip taking good advantage of that. Once the front row met that point, he was able to take off with the race lead. He'll bring him off into the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. Tim Kent, second here in the opening lap, going to fall to third. Driver streaking to his inside as they make their way around to the front straightaway. That is the 121 is Shane Cottle. Report earlier is they had engine problems and clutch problems. He was not able to come out to qualify, as we'll get one a little bit high over there in turns 1 and 2. Brings it back down. That was Kent, the number 79, going to cost him a couple of positions as they make their way onto the far side of the speedway. But Cottle trying to make up for a little bit of lost time here, and he is closing quickly on your leader. Kip Hughes in the 160 about to have some unwanted company here as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. Pulled up on the Pat McVickers Oilfield Service entry. Now going to lay back just a little bit here as they work onto the front straightaway. Hughes leads. Cottle continues to run in that second spot. Then it will be Brian Tyler running in third. Remember, Tyler did not have a D20 affixed onto the left front. It was a D15 compound when they crossed the scales post-qualifying, so that did strip him of his qualifying time. Had to start at the tail end of this Elliott's Custom Trailers Kart semi-feature event. Problems for one driver, the 3 down into the infield. And unfortunately, Eric Gentry done here this evening. Starting to close back in, but not able to get the timing right to try to make a move. Keep your eye on that second spot. Shane Cottle now going to look to the outside, looking for the race lead. He's got it as they make their way into turns 1 and 2. Cottle able to get the speed at the exit. Turn number 4 was able to time it in the middle of the turns. Now takes it down quickly to the bottom, blocks the charge of Kip Hughes. Hughes back to the second spot. Caution. Caution coming out, the 31 of Dave Berkheimer. Slow on the speedway. He'll make his way around to the front straightway. So mechanical woes will strike the Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania driver. He's going to make his way down into the infield. Unfortunately, it looks like his day may be coming to a close. We'll see if he heads down to the Indy Metal Finishing work area instead. So down to the correct number of cars to advance on into your feature events. So it will be green, white, checkered, and there is a piece of debris on the racetrack on the entrance of turn number 1. Caution lights will remain on. So When we go back to green, it'll be green, white, checkered. Again, green, white, checkered as the 6 drivers set to move on into the feature event. That is what remains on the racetrack. We'll get a look at the replay here on the FloRacing broadcast with the debris. Looks like coming off of your leader. At the time had been running in second, and we'll see just a piece of something come out from underneath the car. Cover coming off of that car, but nevertheless, they're going to come around to the drop of the green flag, and we're back underway. Bio going to dash off into turns 1 and 2 here on the restart, and Cottle quickly taking off in that 121. Challenge for the second spot. You had Tyler coming after the 160. There in the first and second turns, both drivers going to get nearly bumper to bumper as they make their way into turns 3 and 4. They'll come around this time to the wave of the white flag. One remains here in your Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts semi-feature event. It is the Throttle. Living up to the name here. Hughes running in second. Tyler right there, able to make the pass as they work into turns 1 and 2. So Brian Tyler quickly up into that second spot. Then it's going to be Hughes back to third. Cahoe, Kent, and Cale Drake right now round out your field here on the final stretch into turns 3 and 4. Field about to be set for this year's edition of the Bettenhausen 100. Off at turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is in the air, and Shane Cottle races his way into the show. Brian Tyler going to cross in second. Kip Hughes going to cross in third. Cahoe, Kent, and Drake unofficially rounding out your field. So Cale Drake in 6th, Tim Kent in 5th, Ron Cahoe Jr. in 4th, Kip Hughes in 3rd, Brian Tyler in 2nd. Your winners out of Kansas, Illinois, draw the Rosewood Machine and Tooling. Doran Toyota Max number 121 race fans, give him a hand. The Throttle, Shane Cottle. So the stage is set for this year's running of the Bettenhausen 100 Sportsman Heat Races, I believe, next on the program.
Thank you very much, Brian. Sportsmen are at the gate, and the field is set for the 60-second running of the Bettenhausen 100, presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza. We'll have 2 heats for the Sportsmen. While it's quiet, let's go ahead and give you the lineup for heat number 1. Starting on the pole, the 7S, a 4-time winner, Ethan Schnapp out of Springfield, and alongside out of Sullivan, Illinois, the 500, David Shane. Row 2, a 6-time winner of this event from Springfield, Illinois, it's Wes Odell. And alongside the